What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some news concerning Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev. Of course, for those who don't know, because it's not really new, it's a few days old now, and I just want to cover it and counterpunch it concerning Pulev and Anthony Joshua and the possibilities of that fight being in Istanbul, Turkey. And people are like, okay, what's up with Istanbul, Turkey? Why is it there? Because that is close to where Kubrat Pulev's from. Okay. Turkey shares a border with Bulgaria. So he's Bulgarian. And I think that's where the major Coliseum is in Istanbul. And that would be, a great market for Pulev, to bring in his particular fans. What does that mean for Anthony Joshua? Well, how could that be in Istanbul? Well, it's a mandatory defense. Mandatory defenses are tricky, okay? Because it's a mandatory. That gives the mandatory challenger a lot of rights if they have the right type of money to put up for the fight, okay? So you would think Anthony Joshua, with Matchroom and all that, would have the biggest purse bid, but you never know. Look at it this way. The Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder rematch is co-ESPN with PBC Fox. Well, you ask yourself a question, why aren't they putting money into it to promote it the way they normally would promote any other fight? Maybe because they're saving money and budgeting for other fights. You know what I mean? Such as the IBF or Kubrat Pulev with Top Rank, because, hey, they got to pay other fighters. So they might be doing budget cuts just to fulfill or have enough money to put on that bid. Okay, so because again, that's not just for the IBF people. Anthony Joshua was never fighting for one belt. He's always fighting for the belts that he currently has. He currently got back. He's fighting for all. So if they can put enough money and enough promotion in the Pulev, especially getting that fight in Istanbul, it would be advantage Pulev. Okay, so they might be thinking, well, maybe Anthony Joshua is not a fan of fighting away from home. Well, he fought in Saudi Arabia, maybe he's not as confident in someone else's backyard. Look at Andy Ruiz. He came to America, he lost. Maybe they're thinking, well, hey, if we put enough money on the purse bid and we can win the purse bid, it can be in Istanbul, Turkey. The advantage goes to Pulev, and that's a psychological advantage for Pulev. Okay, so I would see how and why they would do that. They're not putting any money damn near into Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, so they will have enough money on the back end or on reserve to put on that purse bid, because this is big. Because if Pulev can win that fight, he gets all the belts except the WBC. So it is worth the stretch, maybe. So that may be why that's going on. Now you could say, well, they don't have the money. But who says they don't? And who says they won't? Because, Bob Arum, he wants those belts. He wants a chunk out of the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division is the hottest division, bar none right now. That's what people is talking about. It's alive and it's well. It's alive and well, the heavyweight division. So, hey, Bob Arum, with his fighter, he has a pony in the show. Why not? And it's also good for Joshua. Joshua fought in America, then he fought in Saudi Arabia. Now, if he fights in Istanbul, Turkey, that means, hey, he's a fighter of the world. That he's really defining who he is as a world champion. Okay, that's what world champions do. They don't do like Floyd and fight in fucking Las Vegas. You know what I mean? And won't fight anywhere else. Okay, fight all over the world. And the next fight will be in Macau, China or whatnot, especially if that particular country is putting up millions like Saudi Arabia. Go figure. Money talks and BS runs a marathon. So, yeah, the possibilities of that happening, yeah, I could see why because the reward is worth the risk. Okay, that's why I think that fight could happen, and I know why it could happen. But anyway, oh, in Istanbul, Turkey. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this Istanbul uh, debate. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.